Okay, there we go. So we're talking about opening the insertion point. I'm sorry, opening a blank document and clicking in the document so that we can see the insertion point blinking. When you click in a blank document, you click anywhere. You can click at the bottom and to the right, in the middle. If you click once, the insertion point is going to appear in only one place, in the upper left corner of the document area. So the insertion point is going to be directly to the right of the left margin, and it's going to be directly below the top margin. Who remembers another word for the top margin? What else does the top margin use for?
The header?
Yes. So the top margin is both the top margin and it is also the header. But the insertion point, when we first open our document, a blank document, and we click once in it, we can click anywhere in it. But that insertion point will only appear in the upper left corner. And that's by default. So you can double click. So let's say we click, look at the horizontal ruler and look at number 3. And go down to that same line where the insertion point is blinking and click once. Just click once. Does the insertion point move? Go to the line below the insertion point, right where the insertion point is, and click once. Does the insertion point move? No.
No.
Oh.
In order to move the insertion point in a blank Word document, you have to double click. So let's go back to the same line where the insertion point is, right below number 3 on the ruler. And you can see the cursor. It changes depending on where you put it. You can see the cursor is the I-beam and then something at the bottom of the I-beam. Put your insertion point to the right, right below 6.5 on the ruler. You see, it changes. Now that something is on the left of the I-beam. Now put your insertion point at the half mark, half mark on the ruler, right between the end of the gray area and the number 1. Put it there on the ruler. No. Go to the number 1 on the ruler.
Yolanda, I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
have.
Don't go up to the ruler. Just stay on that first line. Go to the number 1. Stay on that first line. Then go to the half point. Go to, no, to the left. The half point. Okay. So move it a little bit to the right. Let's see.
Miss Yolanda, I'm sorry.
Oh, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Move it a little bit to the left. Press your backspace press your backspace. I think you might have. Press your backspace again. Yeah, I think you moved, you moved the, okay. So now go to the, okay, right there. When you put your mouse pointer right below the half point, right? So that's between the beginning of the document area and the number 1. You can see the cursor looks one way when you put it there. It has the, no, don't move it. It has the piece on the right, but right above that piece, there's an arrow. Now move your mouse pointer to the number 1. You see, now it changes. It doesn't have that arrow to the right. Okay, Mila, to show your ruler, you have to go to the, click the view tab on the ribbon.
Yes.
And then go to the show group. And you'll see ruler there, click on it.
Show group, show
Yes.
group.
Yes.
Yes, I have. And yes, thank you, Miss Yolanda. Thank you.
Mhm.
I got it.
So anyone who the ribbon is not showing, that's what you have to do to show your, I'm not, sorry, I always do that. Not the ribbon, the ruler. If your ruler is not showing, you click the view tab, then you go to the show group and ruler is there for you to click. Sinai, mute your microphone, please. Okay, so you can see. Now put the mouse pointer right below the number 3 on that same line. Now see how those little pieces change? Concepcion, I want you to show your ruler, please. The whole ruler. I mean, no, not ruler. Hey. Your ribbon. Show your whole ribbon, please. Oh no, this is not Concepcion, this is Tigues. Now I need you to show it all the time. Show the ribbon all the time. What does she have to do to show the ribbon all the time, class?
Top.
What? What does she have to do to show her ribbon all the time?
Hit the home, go to home.
You gotta
And-
go to display, what do you call it? Display.
Ribbon display
The
option.
ribbon display option and click show ribbon tabs and commands.
Close that that styles. Repeat that again, Concepcion. Stop clicking on the tab.
You click on ribbon display options and click show ribbon tabs and
Stop right
commands.
there. Stop right there. Where's the ribbon display options button?
It's on the
Next to her name.
right side of the right side of the blue area. Right.
And then what does she click?
Click show tabs and commands.
You didn't listen to what she said, Tigues. Say it again, Concepcion.
You go down and you go down, click on ribbon display options.
Yes, you did it already. And then you click.
And then you click show tabs and commands.
Thank you. Okay. So so I want you, we're on the home tab, everyone. I want you to go to the paragraph group. The second line of the paragraph group. I want you to put your mouse pointer on the first one on that second line. first one, the first one. The first one is align left. Go to the next one. That one is center. Go to the next one. That one is align right. Go to the next one. That one is justify. So the first three, align left, center, and align right. Those are the little things that you see to the right, at the bottom, and the left of the I-beam. So click away to get rid of that little screen tip. Okay, so now put your mouse pointer on the same line as the insertion point, right below the number 1 on the ruler. Number 1 on the ruler, on the same line. No, don't go to the ruler, on the same line as the insertion point. You can see that one to the right. That one is the one that says align left. If you look at that thing that's to the right of the I-beam, it is exactly the same thing as that first one on that second line in the paragraph group. It's exactly the same as that. So whenever you double click, that's what it's going to do. It's going to align your text on the left. It will align left. Go ahead and put your mouse pointer right below the number 3, right there on the same line with the I-beam. Now you can see it changes. Now, the one that you see below the I-beam, that's the center align. That's the same, it's the same thing that you see there in center, that piece that's below the I-beam. Now go ahead and put your mouse pointer below the number 6 on the ruler, right there on that same line. And you see now it changes. Now it looks like that third one in those alignments that we just saw. Now put your mouse pointer at the half point between 0 and the number 1. 0 is where the insertion point is blinking. That's 0. Okay, so now you see this one. This one, whenever you put it at that half point, it's aligned right, but it has an arrow to the right. That is an indent. That's an indent cursor. So if you're double clicking right there, go ahead and double click. That's where the insertion point will be placed. And the insertion point will be indenting. Remember what an indentation is. We don't use it anymore. We don't use indentations anymore because Microsoft Word is set up in a way where we don't need to use indentations. But before we had Microsoft Word, when we were writing on paper, whenever we were writing on paper, the first line of a paragraph had to be indented by about ½ an inch. That was when we were writing and typing. When we were typing, we had to do it also. We had to indent the first line of a paragraph by about ½ an inch. And that's what that cursor is showing you. That's the indent cursor. Now put your mouse pointer right below the number 1 on the same line. Click once Okay, no, you don't have to click. Okay, you can see that cursor is different. That one doesn't have that arrow at the top on the right-hand side. So that's telling you that you are aligning left. Whenever you see that, you're aligning left. So put it at the 0 point where the insertion point was at the beginning. Put your mouse pointer at the 0 point. Right there. I put it a little bit to the right, right below that little piece there. A little bit more to the right. Okay, so it's not showing. Okay, so it's not showing anything. Okay. So now put it below the number 3. Now that one, put it a little bit to the left, right below, yes, right there. So now that one is the center, right? So you want to place the insertion point there to center your text. You put it right below the number 3 and you'll get the cursor to center your text. But to center, you have to double click. Go ahead and double click and that will move the insertion point. There you go. You have to double click to move your insertion point. If you click once, it's not going to go. Now go ahead and put your mouse pointer right below the number 6 on the same line. And now you can see it changes. Now that piece is on the left and it's that third one. And you clicked. Wait, which one is that? No, that's okay. So go ahead and double click. Double click and there it is placed there. Now go to the second line. Go to the second line below the insertion point. To the below the number 1. Go ahead and click once. When you click once, it doesn't go to that second line. It goes back to the original place where it was, directly to the right of the left margin and directly below the top margin. In order to move it below to the second line, you have to double click. So go ahead and double click. There you go. If you don't want it in that spot, you go to the 0 point. The 0 point is where that piece is where the gray and the white meet on the ruler. That's the 0 point. Go down, go to the line where the insertion point is, but at the 0 point. At the 0 point, but stay on the same line as the insertion point. Yes. Now
Miss
double click.
Yolanda,
Yes.
can you repeat where the 0 point is?
It's where the gray and the white meet on the ruler. But
Oh.
there's a little piece of something there. There's that piece. So that's where the 0 is. So you have to double click now. And it places the insertion point there. Now go below remain on the same line, but go below the number 3. And click once. You can see the insertion point does not move when you click once because you haven't done anything. The end of the document, as far as Microsoft Word is concerned, is that where the insertion point is. That's the end of the document. If you press your down arrow, go ahead and press your down arrow. If you press your down arrow, the insertion point does not move. If you press your right arrow, go ahead and press your right arrow, the insertion point does not move. But if you press your up arrow, go ahead and press your up arrow. Okay, so I think the insertion point is, okay, press the down arrow. Guess, are you pressing? No, I didn't say the right arrow. I said the down arrow. Press your down arrow to guess on the keyboard. Okay, no, the down arrow. Press the up arrow. No, I mute your microphone, please. Thank you. Okay. So press Control Home on your keyboard so that we go to the beginning. So you're going to type your first name, type your whole name. Type your first name and stop. Oh, it doesn't give you the rest of your name. Okay. Go ahead, type your last name. Okay. So click below the number 3 on the same line. Click once. You can click once because you already clicked. You already clicked once in that area. So you already double clicked in that area. So in areas where you already double clicked, it means that you already used that area in the document. So then you only need to click once. So go ahead and click once, TS. Right below the number 3 on the same line. Put the cursor on the same line where your name is. On the same line, not below. No, you went a little below. Go back up a little bit. Right below the number 3. Okay, so clicking once doesn't work. Go ahead and click once. Okay, double click then. Okay, there you go. Okay, now type today's date. Today is 3/21/2020. And then go and put your mouse, put your cursor on the same line below the number 6. Okay. Click once. Let's see if it will appear. Okay, clicking once doesn't work, so double click. It should be, I don't understand why clicking once is not working. Okay, type the word Monday. Monday is a name, it begins with a capital letter. Look how it writes the letters, look how it types the letters there. It types the letters from right to left, whereas other places, it types from left to right. But whenever you are aligning right, it types from right to left. Okay, now if you double click in the center about midway on the page, midway on the page, down, 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 down some more, down some more, down some more. Right there is good, right there is good. So you can double click there, double click, and you type Carlos Rosario. Look what you're doing, look what you're doing. So in a blank new document, when you're using your mouse to move the insertion point, you have to double click. In areas where you have already clicked, double clicked in the document, you only have to click once. Like, let's say between your first name and the date, go ahead and click where about right below the 1.5, right below the 1.5. Yeah, click once. See, you click once and the insertion point moves. It only moves because you already used that area. But let's say you go below Carlos Rosario, scroll down and go below Carlos Rosario. Scroll down. Now click once below Carlos Rosario. You see, it does not, you cannot move the insertion point below Carlos Rosario because you haven't, by clicking once, because you haven't used that area below Carlos Rosario yet. So there you have to double click. So go ahead and double click. And there, it will place the insertion point there. So that's using the insertion point. I mean, I'm sorry, what's wrong? That's using the mouse to move the insertion point. Now we're going to press the Enter key until we get to page 2. Go ahead and press the Enter key until you get to page 2. Okay, now once you get to page 2, use the scroll bar so that you scroll down and you don't see any of the page 1. You don't want to see any of page 1. So scroll down one more time, click right there. So we don't see any of page 1. So now we are going to type. Christina, do you remember how to, what it is that we type to get the paragraphs? I can't remember.
Run.
Okay.
Open parenthesis, 5 and close parenthesis.
Okay. So everyone,
Equal run.
okay. So everyone click at the 0 point on that line. Actually double click at the 0 point, double click. Yes, there, because we have to double click because we haven't used anything on that page yet. So we have to double click to place the insertion point there. So type the equal sign. Backspace, double click. Okay, so now the equal sign. No, use just your keyboard, equal sign. Letter R, is that the equal sign? Letter R, letter A.
Miss Yolanda,
Yes,
when I click, it just give me the headline.
the what?
The headline.
What's that?
You say go to 0 point and click twice. So when
Yeah,
I do that, it
Well,
give me the head.
you clicked in the top inch of the document. You can't click in the top inch. You mean the header, not the headline.
The header, yeah.
Header. You click in the upper 1 inch. If you click in the upper 1 inch, you're going to open the header. So you have to click in the lower, below the 1 inch at the top. You have to click below the 1 inch at the top. If you click in that top 1 inch, you're always going to get the header. Okay, so everyone got that? Equal sign, the letter R, the letter A, the letter N as in Nancy, the letter D as in David, then the open parenthesis, and then type number 5 and close parenthesis.
Excuse me, can you repeat one more time?
1 second. Okay, the equal sign, the letter R, it's in chat.
It's in chat.
Miss Yolanda, I don't have scroll bar. I don't know.
You have to click in the document. Click in the document and you'll see the scroll bar. Okay, if everyone typed it already, then press enter on your keyboard. Everyone should have 5 paragraphs. And if you don't have 5 paragraphs, let me know.
I don't get it, Miss Yolanda.
Yolanda, I don't get to.
So delete what you did. Delete what you did and do it over again. Look in chat. It's in chat.
I
Right
can't
when
even
you
get
see
type.
and after you type it, press enter.
Miss Yolanda, mine, I don't get.
You have to type exactly how you see it in chat.
Yes, I type equal, then random.
R equal, there's no space, no space.
No space here.
Equal, letter R, letter A, letter N as in Nancy, letter D as in David.
Okay, okay.
Then open parenthesis, make sure you're using the correct one. You have to press Shift and the number 9 for the open parenthesis. Then you type the number 5. Then close parenthesis, you press Shift and 0 for close parenthesis. Then you press Enter.
Thank you.
Did you get it, Noi?
Yes, thank you.
No,
So you're not doing it right. It's in
This
chat.
capital letter maybe. It's work for me when I write down in the capital letters.
No, it doesn't. No, no, no. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So Noah, you can copy from chat and paste.
okay.
Okay, everyone else, let's move on. Okay, now we are using the keyboard to move the insertion point. So when we use the keyboard, we can start with the arrow keys. The arrow keys are to the right of your space bar. So right now, your insertion point is below. We're not using the mouse, Tiges, so leave the mouse alone. We're not using it. We're using only the keyboard now. So right now, your insertion point is below the last paragraph. If you want to put the insertion point at the beginning of the first paragraph, you use the up arrow key. So use your up arrow key to go up. Now, if you want to go to, let's say, where it says prove, right? So video provides a powerful way to help you prove. If you want to go to the end of prove, you can use your right arrow key. Go ahead, use your right arrow key and place the insertion point to the right of the word prove. There you go. If you want to go back to the beginning of that line, you use your left arrow key.
Miss Yolanda, it's not working mine. The arrow,
Who's that?
Maria. The arrows that you told us to push, it didn't work mine. Not to take the insertion point to the top, it didn't work the arrows that he told us to
The
use.
up arrow?
Yeah,
Tiges, could you stop sharing, please? I don't see why the arrows wouldn't work.
I don't know. It's not working.
Go ahead, share your screen.
Oh, why is share?
What? Where's the?
There you go. This one. You
You
said
know, What
you
do
said
you see at the top? What do you see at the top?
oh, the footer.
Yes.
Yes, how I'm going to get rid of that then.
How should she get rid of the footer, class?
Oh, you go into the, here you go. I got it.
Now go down to the second page.
Yeah.
Now
Okay,
click-
so you said the right
Click
one.
at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Click at the bottom. No, click at
See?
the, double click at the bottom of the last paragraph. Go back to the second page.
Okay.
Press Control End, END, Control END.
A and D. No,
You have to press and hold control and press the END, end.
yes. No. No, it's not working. That's why it's give me problem always. So I have to use the scroll bar. So you want me to click twice up here?
Below
Double
the
click at the end?
paragraph. Below the paragraph.
Okay. See, came back the footer too.
Double click
See?
below the last paragraph again. Okay, go to the ruler and close the footer. I don't know what happened here. Something strange is happening.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened. So close this document, close it.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
save. Don't save, don't save. Now open a new blank document, go to the quick access toolbar,
Okay.
open a blank new document. No, quick access toolbar in the document. Click, no, click.
The document.
You closed it.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, now equal sign,
Mhm.
R,
Is this equal sign? Yes.
R, R,
Mhm.
A, N, D, open parenthesis,
Mhm.
5,
5.
close parenthesis, press
Okay.
enter.
Okay. So,
Press enter.
okay.
Now use your up arrow keys to move up.
Hmm. No, it's not
All the
working.
way up.
No, it's not working.
It's working.
They have
What are you looking at? It is working. Use your left
didn't go.
arrow.
No. Oh, now work. It's stuck sometimes, Miss Yolanda. That's the problem I have with this. Okay, anyway, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Miss
Okay,
Yolanda,
class. Yes, go ahead.
Miss Yolanda, could I share my screen because
What's
I
the
can
problem?
problem
What-
with I don't know how to use header and footer.
Yolanda,
We're not talking about the header and footer.
Still, it's not good.
We are moving the insertion point using the arrow.
No.
Do you have your 5 paragraphs?
Miss
I,
Yolanda,
Okay.
I have 5 paragraphs, but before I had problems with header, and I see some students have header, and I thought maybe I will learn how to use header or footer.
Well, to get either the header or the footer, you double click in the top inch of the document, the top margin. The top margin is 1 inch. You double click anywhere in that 1 inch at the top and you get the header. To get the footer, you double click anywhere in the 1 inch in the down, wait, no, not the up margin, top, in the bottom margin. You double click anywhere in the 1 inch of the
Miss Yolanda, Miss Yolanda.
You wanted me to get out? Okay.
no,
Stop sharing.
no, just, I need whoever have their their microphone not muted. I need them to mute. Mute your microphone, please.
Miss Hollanda,
Please,
Maria,
everyone.
mute your
Yes.
microphone, Maria, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Hollanda, Miss Hollanda. Miss Hollanda,
Ay, atas udah balik.
Stop sharing, Maria.
Okay, I will.
What is it, Senai?
please, I'm leaving now because my apartment, they do something now, please.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, that's it.
You're gonna have homework. So
Oh.
check Schoology for the homework.
All right, thank you, okay.
You guys could you share again, please?
You asking me to share?
Please.
What happened?
Maximize the window. Go to the view at the top and click full screen.
Full screen for
In the top right corner of Zoom. Click view and then click full screen. In Zoom,
in Zoom.
yeah. It's right there, you have Zoom, you have Zoom, it's open, Zoom is open on your screen. Just
so-
go in the upper right corner and click view. Upper right corner, not taskbar, upper right corner in Zoom. You're in Zoom already.
So
Go to the upper right corner, click view.
I can't, it's minimized, so I can't see it.
Okay, forget it.
Let me. Existing.
Okay, class. Okay, where's your insertion point? Click any once in the document, any place. So we can see where the insertion point is. Click once. Okay, use your up arrow to go up to the beginning of the first paragraph. You didn't, what happened?
It's here. It's here, it's blue.
No, you only have.
Yeah.
What happened with this?
Yeah.
You're on the first bit, okay.
I don't know, it's I don't know what
Listen
happened.
to what I'm saying. So you're gonna press the enter key until I say stop, okay?
Okay.
Press enter key. Press.
Keep going.
No, you did it too fast. I needed you to do it one at a time.
Oh,
So just press Control and Z, Control Z. Okay, now press the Enter key once until I say stop, okay? One at a time. Press once. Just once when I say press Enter key, okay? Press Enter key. 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 Okay, now scroll down and so that we don't see the first page. Okay. So we used the second. Not plugged in. Okay, sorry about that. So use the right key to go to the right of the word prove. So press your right key until you get to the right side of the word prove. Okay, now use your left arrow key, everyone, to go to the beginning of that first line. Okay, now use your down arrow key to go to the beginning of the second paragraph. Beginning of second paragraph. Okay. Any questions about using the arrows? So you can use the arrow for that. So now we are going to do use control with the arrow keys. So you're going to press control and the arrow keys. So go ahead and press it one time. Control and, I'm sorry, right arrow key. Control and right arrow key. Now press control right arrow key again. Press control right arrow key again. So what does the control and right arrow key does?
It jump one between the font, the word, it jump once,
Right, you
Yeah.
go word by word.
word by word, yeah.
Mhm. Now we're going to press control and the left arrow key. So go ahead, press control and the left arrow key once. Press control and the left arrow key again. Press control and the left arrow key again. Press control and the left arrow key. So it does the opposite, right?
Right.
When you press control on the right arrow key, it goes one word at a time going right. When you press control on the left arrow key, it does the same, but going the other way. Now press control and the up arrow key once. Control and up arrow key. Okay, now press control and down arrow key once again. Down arrow. Press control down arrow key
I did.
again.
Oh,
Press Control down arrow key again. Press Control down arrow key again. So what does Control down arrow key do?
It's jump from a paragraph to paragraph.
Right. Now let's press Control and the up arrow key once. Press Control up arrow key again. Press Control
Miss
up arrow
Yolanda,
key again. One more time.
mine's don't work.
Your Control and up arrow key. So maybe you have to press Control FN.
It's like navigation. I see navigation.
What?
No, something wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think it's wrong.
You need to press Control and the up or down arrow key. Did it work, Concepcion? Control FN?
It worked. It worked.
Okay. So if your Control, up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow doesn't work, then you have to press Control FN and the arrow key.
Miss Yolanda, say again what FN mean?
You'd have to ask Dell. I don't know.
FN
Mm-hmm.
and arrow keys. So it's if your CTRL doesn't work, control. If it doesn't work, use of FN and arrow key.
She's asking what does FN mean?
Oh,
Okay. So the next one is. Now let's press the control. Well, first find the end key, END, end. Find the end key and then
uh-huh.
press Control End key. Now press Control Home key. Press Control End key again. Press Control Home key. So what does the end and home key do?
The end is take us, the end, the home is take us on the first page.
So when you press Control End, that takes you to the end of the document. So the
Yeah.
end of the document is wherever you did anything last. Either you pressed enter, you double click, you type something, whatever you did, there doesn't have to be any text there for it to be the end. Whatever you did last in the document, that's the end. And the beginning is wherever you started writing in the document. That's the beginning of the document. And we can also do, we already practiced that, doing Control Page Down. Go ahead, Control Page Down. If your control doesn't use, add the FN key, Control Page Down. Okay, do Control Page Down again. And that's it, only 2 pages. Now do Control Page Up. Okay, so then we have okay, so do Control Page Down to go to the second page. If you're already on the second page, remain there. Okay, so now we are going to do end, E-N-D, end, press end.
Control plus control end.
No, I said end, E-N-D, end. What does end do?
Mine is open file explorer. I don't know.
Takes to the last page.
Just end?
It
No,
moves
I'm
insertion to the
end.
center, moves the insertion point to the center. That's what I see.
Give us an arrow insertion. Give us an arrow.
Mine's not working. It's
Mhm.
open.
Look at the insertion point. We're talking about moving the insertion point. Look for the insertion point. Where did it end up? It was at the beginning of the first paragraph. Where did it end up when you press end?
To the end of the page.
Right. It's supposed to take you to the end, not the page, that line. The line, wherever your insertion point was supposed to be, at the left of the first line, at the beginning of the first line. When you press the end key, E-N-D, you go to the end of the line. Press home. Press home. It should go
really-
to the, it should go to the beginning of the line.
Mine doesn't work.
Doesn't
Mr.
work.
Bamba.
Press FN if it
doesn't work.
doesn't work.
Hmm?
FN and home, FN and end.
Only with control and home is work.
We don't want control home. Control home does something completely different.
It doesn't work that one.
So
Mine's
the insertion point doesn't move at all?
No,
No, mine doesn't move either.
mine's too.
Miss Yolanda, if we press control home, or we can come to the first word of the paragraph. If I
No,
if I
no, that's
push
not what
if-
it's supposed to do. When you press
Yes.
control home, you're supposed to go to the beginning of the first page.
Yes. Mhm.
The
If I
beginning of
press
the first
only
page.
home, yes. If I press only home without control, I will get the first word of paragraph offline. If I press only end without control, I will get end of this line.
Right. If your insertion point is already at the beginning of the line, when you press home, nothing is going to happen because it's already at the beginning of the line. So you have to press end to take the insertion point to the end of the line. If it's already at the end of the line, when you press end, nothing is going to happen because it's already at the end of the line. So you have to press home to go to the beginning of the line. So I want you to try that and tell me what happens. If it's already at the beginning of the line, you have to press end. If it's at the end of the line, you have to press home to go to either the beginning of the line or go to the end of the line.
it's not working.
So try FN and either home or end. That doesn't work either?
No,
No, it doesn't work.
when I do that, it just open and then it said if I want to save the document. It said save or cancel. FN and when I press FN and end.
Thank you. Okay, let's end that here. Let's go to Schoology.
It just opened the
You-
file explorer.
We're finishing with that. Let's go to Schoology. There's homework in Schoology. Reopen, why did you close Chrome, Google Chrome? You have to open Google Chrome.
Try to maximize, Monsieur. The black, try to move the black one. Okay.
Let's go to Microsoft Word folder. Scroll down and we have Word window definitions exercise. Download it and save it to the Word folder in OneDrive. We're keeping the same file name. Okay, in this exercise, I think there are 2 pages. Yes, there are 2 pages. So on the first page, you're just going to enter the names of the elements. So in box number 1, you click on the right side of the box. So go ahead and click the right side of the box, number 1. Inside the box. Inside the box. No, right side. Right side. Right side inside the red box. Inside the box.
Which box, Miss Yolanda? This one?
The
The
one
red-
that has the number 1 in it.
So here, inside the box.
Yes, the right side. To the right of the number 1.
Am I right?
And then you type the name. But you moved it already. You see, you moved things around, so undo what you did. Undo, undo, undo. Undo,
This one is,
undo. Now you're back. You have to be careful what you do inside. When you move something, you have to undo to put it back. Because if you don't undo, things are gonna be, they're not going to be correct. So you have to make sure that you click to the right of the number. Do not delete the number. Do not remove the number. Just click to the right of the number and then you type the name.
you mean here?
Yes,
Okay.
but if you type to the right away from the number, the insertion point will be placed in the correct place. What happens is that students have a habit of clicking on the number and then they delete the number and the period. We don't want that. We want the number to remain. So we click on the right side of the red box. Okay, let's go to page 2.
Miss Yolanda, can I go, please? Sorry.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, on the second page, the instructions are match each term to the correct definition. So on the left side, you have the names, rulers, ribbon, display options. And then on the right, you have the definitions. So on the left, to the right of the names, we have those purple boxes. So in the purple boxes, you're entering the numbers of the number that is the definition of the name on the left. So remember, you're entering the numbers in the purple box, not the letters. You're not entering letters. You're entering the numbers, the definition, the correct definition. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay, sorry for keeping you late. Have a good day.
It's okay. You too. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
Bye, thank you. Thank you, have a good one.
Have a good day.
I need to stay, Miss Yolanda. I have some questions.
Okay.
Cristina.
Yes, Loida, I'm going.
Tell me.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day. See you
You
tomorrow.
too, Christine.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Have a good day, everyone.
I'm gonna take Loida to a breakout room, Miss Yolanda.
She needs help with submitting assignment.
That's what I'm gonna do now.
Okay.
Click join, Loida.
Okay. Concepcion, go ahead.
Miss Yolanda, the question that I have is, can I share my screen so I can
Go
ask
ahead.
you?
Mhm.
Okay, the question that I have is that, what do you call those things? Are those, when I'm moving, is that the cursor? When I move this?
That's the cursor. It has an I-beam, but depending on where you put the cursor on in the document area,
Uh-huh.
depending on where you put the cursor, it has to do with, if you go to the paragraph group, the second line in the paragraph group, go to the paragraph group on the home tab.
Mhm.
Go to the left of that second line. See that first one? That's a line left.
Okay.
Second one is center. And the third one is a line right. So those are the three that you'll see whenever you move the cursor in different places. You see the I-beam and one of those three. So if you—
That's what I'm confused. What is the I-beam? I-beam, what is, that's what I'm
the one that
confused.
looks like an eye.
Oh, okay. Just I-B-I-N? I-beam?
B-E-A-M.
B-E?
B-E-A-M.
B-A-M. Oh, okay, I-beam. Okay, okay.
So the I-beam, in certain place where you put it, it will just be the I-beam. But whenever you're putting it in the document area, you're going to get one of those. And one of those, if you put it where the insertion point is, put it where the insertion point is.
It will
See?
change.
It's just the I-beam when you put
I-beam.
it where the insertion point is.
Okay. Okay.
If you put it right below the number 1 on the ruler, you get that first one in the paragraph group.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that you get to the right of the
That's the
aligned left.
align left.
Yes.
Okay.
So, put it right below the 1. That's the aligned left. And when you double click there, you're aligning left. So when you put it right below the number 3, it changes. Now
It
it's the
changes.
second one, right? So
Yeah,
what's the second one?
center. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then put it below the number 6.
Okay. That's the right.
Right. And it's
the
that
right.
same, yes, that same thing there. But it's
Okay.
so small, sometimes it's difficult to see.
Okay.
But you get another one, you get a fourth one that's not there on the paragraph.
Which
In
one
the
is that?
paragraph group. When you put it on the 0.5 in the half, in the middle of 0 and 1.
0. See. That's what I'm confused. Where is that here?
That's it, yeah.
It's hit. So right here.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure why it's not showing. Click in the document, let me see. Okay, there it is. Okay, so you see this one. It
with
has
the arrow.
It has the left align, but it has a little arrow at the top. See that? That's the indent. That one is the indent.
Okay.
So it indents about ½ an inch. So that's why you put it in the 0.5 in the middle of 0, between 0 and 1. And that's where you would click to indent a paragraph. So that's to indent the first line of a paragraph.
Okay.
So whenever you need to, if someone asks you to write paragraphs with indentations, that's how you do it.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Miss Yolanda.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Miss Yolanda.
Yes.
Could you help me with header and footer? Could I share my screen?
Yes, go ahead. Okay,
Miss Yolanda.
Close the pane to the left.
Close, what close, please?
The pane to the left, the document recovery, close it. At the bottom. Go to your taskbar.
A second, please, Miss Yolanda.
Huh?
What should I do?
Go to the taskbar and open the document, the Word document that we were using. Oh, you closed it.
Oh.
You closed it.
I can open.
No. Just go ahead. Open that one that's there.
That one?
No, on the taskbar. Open that one. Click blank document. Maximize it. And close the pane to the left. So it does the same thing. Okay, so no, don't close it. Click blank document. Okay, maximize the window. So you have to do something with those things in the document recovery. Okay, so this is your Word window document.
Yes.
To show your rulers, click the View tab. Then go to the Show group. Click Ruler. Okay, so now you have a horizontal ruler at the top and you have a vertical ruler on the left.
Yes.
If you look on the top ruler, on the far left, there's a gray area. On the far right, there's a gray area. So that gray area in your document, on the left is the left margin. On the right is the right margin. On the vertical ruler on the left, you have the top 1 inch is gray and the bottom 1 inch is gray. So let's go back to the vertical ruler. And by the way, Mila, this is all in the video, the class video that we did on Friday. It's all in there. So you need to, if you're absent, you need to make sure you view the videos. Okay. So if you go to the top ruler, you see that the top ruler, the horizontal ruler. You see that thing that's right there where the gray and the white meets? Click the top piece. Click the top piece. When you click and hold it, click and hold it. You see that line?
Yes.
No, don't move it. Don't move it. To the left of that line is the, click on it. Don't move it, just click. Click. To the left of that line is the left margin. It's 1 inch. Now there's another on the right side between at the border where the white meets the gray on the right side. Go to the right side. Click that piece that's there. So that line, on the right of that line is the right margin. So that's also 1 inch.
And yes, I understood 1 inch.
Now go to the horizontal ruler on the left. On the left, the horizontal ruler, I'm sorry, the vertical ruler. Click where the gray and the white meet. Right where it meets, yes, click there. When you click there, the space above the line, that's the top margin. But that top margin is also the header. So it's two things. It's the top margin and it's the header. It's 1 inch as well. Scroll down. Scroll down. Go back to the horizontal ruler, click where. So that line, below that line, that's the bottom margin.
Footer.
And it's also the footer. So let's get into the footer. There are 2 ways to get into the footer. Go and put your mouse pointer below that line in the document. Don't click there, that's not, go to the bottom inch on the document, the bottom inch, the bottom inch. No, in the document.
Here, no.
Has to be in the document.
This is a document, correct?
You see where the line was? You have to go below the line. You remember where the line was? Click again on the vertical ruler. You see that line?
Yes.
You have to don't move it. Don't move it. You have to double click below that line. So go ahead and double click below that line.
Oh,
Get into the header. I mean the footer. Now double click above the line. Double click above the line. It hides the header. Go back to that. Go back to that inch at the bottom. No, go back to the inch at the bottom in the document. In the document. Okay, right click. No, I didn't say double click. Double click above the line. Now go below the line and right click. Come on. Go below the line, below the line. That's not below the line, come on.
oh, I'm sorry, Miss Yolanda, I'm sorry.
Right click. That's another way to enter the footer. Click edit footer, click edit footer. And there you're in the footer.
Mhm.
Double click above the line to get rid of the footer. Above the line, you have to double click above the line.
Oh,
Then you
yes,
get
I
rid
got
of
it.
And you can type in either the header or the footer, you can type there. When you type there, whatever you type in the header or the footer will appear in every page of the document.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Yolanda. And now I got it. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too, have a good one. See you tomorrow.